So first I will show you quickly, like if you want to increase the size of the text, what you will do, like undo everything what I.
Obadeki, likusomera bambi.
So first what we did here, we did change the size of the font. How we did that? We select the text and then we can change it from this drop down menu we did. We can see here, you can see it is changing the size of the font we did. How we can change? You can select one of this and you can see it is whatever you want. You can select the size, like I select 16, so my font size will become 16. Or either I can increase and decrease from these commands also. Increase 16 to 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 28, 26. I can decrease it from here. This is what I can do. Or remember, it is only increasing and decreasing the size which is present in the drop down menu. Suppose I want, this is 28, this is 36, I want 32, it is not there, so I can type directly here the size which I require. Then we change the color of the font also. We can change the color of the font from here. You select the text and then you can change the color. You can change the color of the font from here, whatever the color you want. Like I change the color like this, or you can go for more color, and from this drop down or custom you can make your own color, or you can select some standard colors. So we did this one also. You can see the color of the text is changed. We can change the style of the text also. We can change different styles. I did use this style, it says here recently used font, so I did use this one. Then we can do what? We can do this. We can change the font for bold, italic, or underline the text. Like this one is important for me, the price, so I can make it bold, I can make it italic, I can make underline that, or we can remove this also by clicking again. We can remove it, we can remove it, we can remove it. Then we were seeing this, how to highlight the text. So we have option for highlighting the text also. This is what text highlight command, text highlight color command. So when you click on the command directly, it will highlight the present color what it is showing here. Or if you want another color, then you select the text again and you can go for some other colors also. This is what we have done till now. Then next thing is that, like I highlighted the color, I highlighted this text. Now I want to remove it. I want to remove this color highlighting. So what I will do first, I will first select the text which I want to remove, the highlighting, and then I will go to this again, drop down for the highlight color, text highlight color, and then I will select no color option. So for removing the highlighting, we have option here, no color. So when I select no color, it removes the highlighted color. That is what we have seen till now. Then next thing is to align your text properly. Now alignment means what? Your text all will appear on the left side. When you start typing, by default alignment is the left alignment. So your text will start from the left side. And if you want, then you can change the alignment also. You know, when you write in the book, so what you do, so whenever you start typing that, whenever you start writing, you write it from the left side to right side. So by default the text alignment is from left side to right side. As you can see here in the text, in this text also, these texts are aligned from the left side. In the document they remain in the left side, but you can change it. If you like, then you can change the size this. You can also change this behavior. So for changing the text alignment, you have option. First you have to select the text you want to modify. Then you will go to the home tab. Then you will select the one of the 4 alignment option from the paragraph group. For example, I will select here center alignment. Let me show you this. You can see this text here for rent. Now this is by default aligned to left side. Now I want to make it at the center, because this is my document and this is my document's headline. I can say this is my headline of the document. So I want to make it align in the different size or different side. So we have 4 options for alignment by default available in our ribbon. So if I want to align the text, so first I will select the text which I want to align, and then in the home tab we have a paragraph group here, and in the paragraph group we have these commands. We have these 4 alignment commands. So there are 4 options we have for alignment. Now by default all the text when you type, they goes for the left alignment. They go for the left alignment. As this one, it is in the left align. As you can see here, it is highlighted here in this. And what is it saying here? Align to left. Now I want to change it. So suppose I want to change it to this. What I have option? I have option to make it center. I have option to make it right, or this option. I will show you this option what it do. It says justify, but what it do I will show you that. But first let's say I go for center. I have selected this text. I say go for center. So what it do here? It goes to the center of my document. Let's say if I minimize this, it goes to the center of my document. Now I select right side. So when I select this right alignment, you can see the this word, this character goes to the right alignment. So you can do whatever you have a text, so you can change the alignment option, and you can make it according to your requirement. Like this, like the word which I have here in my document, it is for rent. So for rent is like it is a rent this is my document related to some rent, so it should be, and this one is like a headline for my document. So I want it to be on the center, so it will look attractive and it will like emphasize that word, that this word document is related to this thing. So I want it to be in the center, so I can click here the center alignment, and you can see my text is directly come into the center. Now in that alignment group, in the paragraph group, we have these alignment commands: align left, center, and align right. Now you have one more option, one more command, that is called justify. Now what it do actually, let me show you this, what it do actually. For that I need a text. Now this is not have a text. Let's say I select this text. Now this text is by default, it is set to center. Now either it is set to center, or I will set to left side or right side. You will see one more thing, these lines are not equal. As you can see, these all lines are not equal. There are 3 lines in this paragraph. Remember, we are talking about paragraph, huh? So these 3 lines are there, but they are not equal. This line is big line, this line is also almost same as this line, but this line is not the same line. But when I put this on the center, so it do what? It goes for the center of the document. Now if I put it here in the left side, now what you can see, in the left side they are aligned straight, they are aligned together. But when you see in the right side, see these lines are not aligned properly. Now this one are almost identical, but let me have some paragraph which is okay. Let me do this, I will add some here. To see that justification thing, I have to add some more text here. So let me do this, I copy this here, copy, and okay, this is I opened the new document. Let me get a proper document for this. Now here you can see the paragraphs. Now when you see the paragraph here, this is one paragraph, this is another paragraph, and these are the other paragraphs. Now when you see those paragraphs, those lines are not equal. You can see in the left side they are equal, but in the right side they are not equal. Some line are big, some line are small, some line are big, but they are not equal. Why it is happening here? Because you see by default our document is set to left align. So this left side it is aligned properly. As you can see, the left side it is aligned properly, but in the right side it is not aligning. Now what is happening here is like you see here we have a limitation of the page, like our page is ending here in this, so the whole line it comes to here. Now this line is little small. Why it is keep little small? Because the next word which we type, the next word which I type after this year is this word. What is this word? It is this started. Now what happened? This word cannot fit in that space, the space which is remaining here for this line. So that word is not able to fit here in this space. So what our MS Word do? It starts that word directly from the new line. So whenever you are typing something, let's say I will show you here. I say this word. Now see, I'm keep typing it. Now I have a remaining space for my line. Now I will type a big word here. Now see what happened here. It automatically moves to the new line. You see, it automatically moves to the new line, and it will not able to complete this line because the word which I am typing here, it cannot fit into the space which is remaining here. So it do care about the left alignment, but it do not care about this right alignment. So if I type this big word, it goes on to the next document, but next line. But if suppose if I type a small word like I say is still it is in the same line. Now I type document again. Now it goes to the new line. Now because the word which I am typing now is not able to fit into the space which is remaining. So because of this behavior, what it do? It cares about the left alignment, but it is not caring about the right alignment. So you can see this line is till here. This line is little smaller than this line. Then this line is more smaller than this line. Then you have this line which is little bigger than these two lines. Then this line is full big, but still it remains some part. Then you have this line also which is bigger than this line. So this is what it is doing. It is changing the space because the next word which has, like after drew, the next word is imaginary. Now this imaginary word is not able to fit into the remaining space. So what it do? It moves it to new line. That is what happened when you have left align or right align. Let's say if I select this and if I say go for right alignment. So now what it will do here? It will align into the right side. As you can see, now it is aligning in the right side, but in the left side it is not care about the alignment. And what is it doing? It is making lines small and small big and like this. Now if you don't want to have like this, you want all lines should be equal, then you have this alignment option which is called justify. Now this will do what? It will distribute your text evenly between the margin, and that means it will not leave any margin. And you will see this. Let me do this. You see here, let me first do it as a default left align. So in this side you can see it is aligned, but in this side it is not aligned, it is not equal. So now what I will do? I will go for justify option. Now what it do here, you can see now left side it was already aligned, but in the right side when you go, now it says, you see all the lines are still now same. Now all the lines are now same. Now how is it possible? How it did this? And how it make these all lines similar or equal without increasing the line number of line or decreasing the number of line? How is it possible and how it is doing this? So actually what it is doing here is increasing the space between two words. If you see carefully, some words have more space than the other words, and some words have no space or a less space. Let's say we check about a line which is a smaller line. I will remove this. I will click again this justify and it will remove and goes back to the default alignment. Now which line is the smallest line? We can see this third line is the smallest line, and it is starting from the hardest and ending on the I drew word. Okay, now let's say, is it changing any word from starting to beginning? Let me do this again. Now what it is doing here, now it is starting from listening, because the word Harding goes here in the second line. So how it makes the space there, and you can see after the I drew, you can see it added more words here, but you can see the lines are not decreasing. So how it do this? Because it increases the space between the words. You see here carefully, after pet dot I and I know, you have lots of space there, extra space. And you see this professional and football and player, those word does not have that much space like this word have, or instead this word have. You see after the word dot there is a little big space than these two words. Or here you can see like instead of trying my, you can see between trying and my there is a space which is bigger than the space between was and good. My and hard, the space is little bigger than the space which you have here in good and at. So actually what it do, it justify your paragraph, it make all the lines equal from left side also and from right side also. So it align the words in the left and right together, but it will not change anything in your paragraph. It just change what? The space between your words. So it increases the space and it decreases the space to fit that line or fit the word into that line. But if you go for left or right alignment, it will not care about the other side. If you align from the left side, it does not care about the left or right side. If the word cannot fit, it will start from the new line. That is what the alignment option you have. You can go for middle alignment also for the paragraph. And now you can see it care about the middle alignment. It does not care about the left or right alignment. So in the both side you can see different size of lines in both side, in left side also, and you can see in the right side also. And the word which is not able to fit here, it goes here in the middle. Actually it start typing from the middle. When you have a middle alignment, that means you are typing it from the middle. That means, let me show you here. Now here is nothing, there is nothing here. I want to type something here. Now because it is left aligned, so my typing is starting from the left side. But if I put it into the middle alignment, now you see the insertion point goes to the middle, and whatever you type here, it will start from the middle. That is what an alignment options we have. Then next option is this indent and tab option. Indent and tab option. Now before doing this indent and tab option, you should enable the ruler. You remember yesterday also we did enable the ruler from this view command. So to check or to configure this indent or tab option, you should enable the ruler so that you can understand better or you can see what is happening there. Now what it do here, this indent. Indenting text adds structure to your document by allowing you to separate information whether you like to move a single line or an entire paragraph. You can use the tab selector and the horizontal ruler to set the tabs and indents. First, you need to enable the ruler, and if you want to enable the ruler in your document, which we have already done, and we can see the ruler here, so you can enable it from here, view tab, and you have this ruler option. Now in that you can see the indent options. What is that indent option first? So indent options are this. You can see it is hanging on that ruler. In many types, for indenting a text, so in many types of documents you may want to indent only the first line of each paragraph. This helps you to visually separate paragraphs from one another. Let's say we have a paragraph here. We have multiple paragraphs here. Let me make this thing as a default, left alignment. Now you can see this is our paragraph, and the paragraph, we have one paragraph, we have two paragraph, we have three paragraph and four paragraphs. Now paragraphs, you know how to start the paragraph, new paragraph. Whenever you press enter, it will start the new paragraph. Unless you did not press enter, it will remain in the same paragraph. So we have these paragraphs here in this document. Now you know when you see in the books, so when you see the books, so in the books they do what? They start the first line of the paragraph little ahead from the first line, from the normal alignment, so that it looks like this is the new paragraph. Like this, Miss Weaver, it will start from here, so it looks like a paragraph. This is what we do create in books. So when you read a book, novel or something like that, so mostly they start with the first line shorter than the other lines in the paragraph. So we can do this by indenting those lines, indenting. So we can do this by indent. We can use the tab indent command. Like this, you can see here, the first line is smaller than the other line. Now how we can do, we'll see how we can do that. Then it also possible to indent every line except for the first line. That means you can also do that, like in the paragraph, the first line will remain on the place, but the rest of the line can go into the other side, a little right side, which is known as a hanging indent. It is called hanging indent. So in hanging indent, what you see, the first line will remain in the place, the other lines will move into the left side. Now a quick way to indent is to use the tab key. For quick way, you can use an indent key, you can use the tab button. In your keyboard you have a tab button, you can just press the tab button to quickly do the indent. Now when you press the tab button, this will create a first line indent of almost ½ inch. So if you want to do this, place the insertion point at the very beginning of the paragraph you want to indent, and then press the tab key. And on your ruler, you should see the first line indent marker move to the right by half inch. The first line of the paragraph will be indented. Let's see, like this is our paragraph. This is our paragraph. So I put my insertion point in the beginning of the line, in the beginning of the paragraph, and then I will press my tab key from my keyboard, and you will see these two things you can see here in the ruler. This thing which is up, it is called first line indent, and the down one called left in, no, it is called hanging indent, and then this rectangle it called the left indent. Let's say I click on my first line of the paragraph and then I press the tab. Now you can see what happens here. My first line is indented, it goes a little the left side, right side of almost half inch, and what you see here, that this first line indent is moved to the place where you have your first line indent. If you want to go back, then you can press the backspace key, put your insertion point at the beginning of the line and then press the backspace key. It goes back to the original position. So this is what a quick way to do the indent. So this is what a quick way to do the indent, just pressing what, tab button in our keyboard. Or in some cases you may want to move more control over indents, and Word provides indent marker that allow you to indent the paragraphs to the location you want. So sometimes we want more control, like we want that how much it will indent, how much the line will indent. So we can decide and we can use this indent marker, and we can manually move that indent marker according to our requirement. Now these markers are called these things. So the indent markers are located at the left of the horizontal ruler, and they provide several indent options. So as you can see here, the first line indent marker is this one, and this one is our first line indent marker, and it adjusts the first line of it adjusts the first line indent, it moves the first line. Then you have second, it is called hanging indent marker. This one, this controls the hanging line, it adjusts the hanging indent. Hanging indent, that means the first line will not move, but rest of the line will move of the paragraph. Then this one is called left indent marker. It moves both the first line indent and hanging indent marker at the same time. This will indent all lines in the paragraph. So if you want, then you can move this. Now to indent using the indent markers, how we can use that? So place the insertion point where anywhere in the paragraph. Remember, anywhere in the paragraph, you don't have to select the paragraph, you can put your insertion point anywhere in the paragraph you want to indent, or select one or more paragraph. Now if you want to do more paragraphs, you have 4 or 5 paragraphs in your book, or you have 10 pages and you want to do it for all the pages, all the paragraph, then you have to select all, and then you can click and drag the desired indent marker. Like in our example, I will click here and drag the left indent marker, release the mouse. Then when you done, release the mouse and the paragraph will be indented. let's say I want to indent this first paragraph. So what I will do, I can put my insertion point anywhere in the paragraph, and then I can go and click on that. I can hold that indent marker there. Now you can see my indent marker here. This is the first line indent marker, and this is the hanging indent, and this is the left indent. So my cursor is, my insertion point is here anywhere in this document, this paragraph, and then I will select, I will click on the first line indent and I will drag it manually. Now you can see the first line is moving, and now I have a control like how much indent I want. This is what first line indent I want. I can go back to normal. And remember this thing, this is your margin. Whatever you type, it will not go here. You can type only in the margin. We will see, we can increase the margin also, but by default this is the margin of your paragraph, your document. Now I want to do the second line indent, a hanging line indent. Then I can click on the hanging line indent. You see, you take your mouse there, and when it appears there, when it display like in hanging indent, then you click and hold your mouse, and then you move your indent, and you can see the first line is not moving, but the rest of the lines of the paragraph is moving. But this is doing only for the particular paragraph. I have not selected the other paragraph. But if you want to do it for all the paragraphs in the document, then you have to select all the paragraph. So you have to select all the paragraph, and then you can go for first line indent. Let's say I go for first line indent. Now you can see every paragraph first line is now indent, and I can decide like how much indent it will do. Or even I can use for, I can go for hanging indent also. And you can see all the paragraph first line is remain the place, and second line is indent like this. Or we can move both at the same time. If you want to move both these markers, then we will select directly this left indent, and when you move it, it is moving into the side, and you can see all the paragraph is now move, all the paragraph first lines and all the lines. So all the lines are moving where I want to move. This is an indent marker which we can use to move and indent our paragraphs. Or you can use the command also. If you want to indent multiple lines of the text or all lines of a paragraph, you can use the indent command also. The indent command, the indent commands will adjust the indent by 1/2 inch increments. Like it is from here in the home tab paragraph group, you can see that indent command is there. You want to first select the text you want to indent, then from the home tab, increase indent or decrease indent command you can select from this paragraph group. So you have that option also, directly you can do that. So I selected the whole text, and in that home tab in the paragraph group I have these two commands, decrease indent and increase indent. Increase, you can see the arrow. Increase means it goes on to the right side, and decrease means it goes into the left side. So if I want to increase or decrease, right now it is already in the left side. So if I want to move it, so I will say increase the indent, and you see it is moving. If I want to decrease, now it is already on the left side, so it will not increase decrease more. So this is what indent command also we have to do the indent of our paragraph and lines. Oh, okay. So I think this is the time. Uh, so we will stop here. We face some problems here, but this is for the today's topic. I will stop here.